Okay, welcome back. So this is problem 3 from the 2024 European Girls Olympiad, where... Okay, so we say an integer n is peculiar if this property holds. And I have a feeling that we're pretty much just going to characterize all of them, because a, b, c, d are literally any four such numbers. So really, I think what this is asking is like, when is this thing true for every d dividing n? So it's certainly okay if n equals 1, that works. If n is prime, it works. If n is p squared, it doesn't work, right? Okay, so here's the problem. If n is not prime, then there's like a divisor. You can like take d to be kind of big, right? Like if d is like bigger than square root n, seems like you might have problems really soon, because, well, wait, okay, also, hang on. These two numbers are relatively prime. So d divides n, that part is fine. Isn't this just saying d plus 1 divides n plus 1? Like d plus 1... Oh, d plus 1 could share factors with... Wait, oh, that's so confusing. Yeah, d plus 1 could share factors with n. I put it this way, n equals 6. No, n equals 6 doesn't work. But not for... Yeah, n and n plus 1 are relatively prime. So, like, d will never divide n plus 1. Like, all of the factors of d will not touch the n plus 1 part. D plus 1 could have factors in common with n. But, like... Eh? How about I do this, okay? We're gonna say n is like d m or something. And then this assertion is that d plus 1 is supposed to divide m times dm plus 1. And if I take this mod d, this is like congruent to m1 minus m. So if I take d to be a divisor that is pretty close to n, you're gonna run into problems in the sense that this thing will be pretty small. Yeah, okay. Let's try let p be smallest prime. Let's take min prime. I'm not totally sure what this will do, but it might do something. Then what this is saying is p plus 1. I actually want the divisor to be p1 minus p. Right. Yeah, I actually want to take the divisor. Yeah, n over p is good, I think. And then when I look at this, so I took like the smallest divisor that isn't just, okay, whatever. P times p minus 1. So what? So if n over p plus 1 happens to be, if you don't use the p, and then you get like a p minus 1 here, then that implies n plus p. Yeah, and then n is actually too small, because n will be like less than p squared minus 2p. But we assumed p was the smallest prime, and we're just kind of assuming that n is not prime. So if n is composite and you take the smallest p and you don't get a 1 minus p out of this, you're in trouble, because n is too small now. So it must be the case that n over p plus 1 has a factor of p in it. So p divides n over p plus 1. That's fine, but yeah, this just doesn't feel very good. n has to be at least p squared always. That's always true. Do we get square free or something? I think someone was saying something about like you want then size. I mean, maybe? I believe you, but well, oh, okay. I guess did I ever use the fact that p was a small okay. Square free comes out of this because I assumed that I didn't actually need the fact that p was the minimum prime. It's just if p is any prime dividing n, and I do this calculation, it's like n plus 1. Yeah, okay, so I just let p be any prime. So this gives you square free because now yeah. Yeah, so I didn't actually need the fact that it was the smallest prime. Just for any prime, if n is composite and you take any prime divisor, it forces this thing to have a factor of p in it, because otherwise you run into this contradiction. Right. No, this does use smallest, right? Like if n is just... No, this uses smallest. Like this less than or equal to p squared, oh, okay, yeah, I agree. Yeah, if I take the min prime... Okay, if I take p to be the minimum prime... Actually, I don't even care about the square root part. I think the point is that you do this thing, you get this, and then... then n is... less than p squared minus p. Which means n is strictly less than p cubed. So if I take p to be the smallest prime divisor, then n is less than... Yeah, so n has to be prime or semi-prime, or... Like, okay, it is also true, I think, that n cannot be a square of a prime, but most importantly... if n is less than the cube of any prime that divides it, then n is either prime or the product of two primes. Okay. I've been saying... Yeah. No. You're fine. I mean, this doesn't... Okay, that's fine, but then what I want is I need to show that... Okay, well, first of all, p squared does not work for almost all p, right? Like, that would require p specifically to be some stupid... you would need p plus 1 divides p squared plus 1. That never happens. What I need to rule out is, like, if there's 4 different peculiar numbers that are all... Like, can I... Why is it 4? Like, there's... The claim is there's at most... Okay. Like, yeah, this is the bad case I need to deal with. So I need to prevent there from being too many different primes for which this thing is... Okay, so what... Like, there's literally only 4 factors that I need to look at, and I think I squeezed almost all the information out of them anyways. Like, it's like... Both of these need to divide PQ plus 1. So I need to show there's not too many... For a fixed prime P, there aren't too many primes Q that make this true. So fix P. And then... Die. Yeah, so I mean, this is P plus 1 has to divide Q minus 1. And then Q plus 1 has to divide P minus 1. Okay. No, wait, again, we can keep... No, let's do this. Move me over a little. So for a fixed prime P, I need there to only be finitely many primes Q that satisfy this random equation thing. That seems... The heck? Okay, it's like... okay, let's move everything. Yeah, I really only care about this equation at this point. It's like p plus 1 divides qq minus 1. And then q plus 1 divides pp minus 1. For a fixed p, need at most 2 q's. Right, because p itself is peculiar or whatever. So I want there to not be 3 different primes q that make this thing true. P plus 1 does not divide q minus 1. Why? Like, p is not necessarily smaller than q, so I don't see why it's the case that p plus 1 doesn't divide q minus 1. Like, for example, like if p equals 3, then q equals 5 is something that works, right? Yeah, so this is all like fix a prime p. I want to show that. Yeah, but I mean, I guess the point is that like we could just split into cases and say like, consider which one is bigger. Yeah, it feels weird. Like the equations are symmetric, but you're fixing one of the primes. But if let's split into cases because I feel like we might as well. If p is greater than q, so if I have a fixed prime p and I'm looking at this primes q that are like smaller than it, then ignoring can we ignore 2? Well, we'll deal with 2 by manually. If p is greater than q, then this equation becomes q plus 1 divides p minus 1. So p has to be like 1 mod q minus... p has to be 1 mod q plus 1. And then... I guess the point is there's not too many possibilities here, right? In the sense, p plus 1 is at most q times... So you have this equation, but you also know that like p plus 1 is less than or equal to q squared minus q. So p is actually equal to like 1 plus q plus 1 times some number which is less than or equal to q minus 1, I think. Actually, strictly less than that. So let's give this number a name. We'll call it like k or something. then well, actually, okay. There's at most no. There's no numbers here that are there's no choice of k here that makes this number a multiple of q, right? Wait, this is so weird. Let me wait. What about 5 and 3 though? I already know 5 and 3 is supposed to work. Yeah, p is 1 mod 4. Oh, right. Well, my claim was that I can delete the q. Like, it's not a multiple of q. That is true. So in fact, Shiba. Let's use this as our prototype. K will run from 1 up to q minus 2. So I cannot be 0 mod q. What? Hang on, now I'm confused. 5, 6, 3, 2. No. P is in fact not a multiple of q. Right, but yeah, right. Shiba. This is a 2. I'm sorry. This is a 2. That's why I'm confused. Okay, so it's not. Okay. So in order for it to be. Okay. It's a 2. That's why nothing worked. What the hell is that? Welcome to the stream. Let me pull up the problem statement for you. We. Oh my god. Okay, so anyways, my point about this is that I think this forces a value of k, right? This forces the value of k to be q. This only happens if k equals q minus 2 exactly, because otherwise the residue mod q doesn't match. Do I listen to rock music? No. So, okay. Here's the conclusion, alright? Conclusion. If pq is peculiar, and p is greater than q, then in fact p is given exactly by 1 plus q plus 1 times q minus 2. I think this is the conclusion. And this is, for 5, 3, it checks out. If I pick a different prime q, 7, 5, yeah, 287 should be peculiar, is the claim, right? So, yeah, I think that will do it now, because that means if I fix a particular prime, there's at most one thing bigger than it, and there's at most one thing smaller than it. So you're fine, and everything's great. And we're done! Yeah! The extraction is so silly. Yeah, okay, there you are. There you are. So, all right, we did it. Okay, cool. For those of you watching on YouTube, we'll probably cut the video here. And thank you for dropping by the stream. And see you all next time.